So, good evening. This is an evening meditation, but you can do it really at any time it finds you or you find it. They say what you're looking for is also looking for you. So, if you come across this, regardless of the time of day or evening, then I guess it was looking for you too. It's one thing to meditate in the beginning of the day. It's something altogether to meditate in the evening. Maybe some of you that struggle to meditate in the morning or meditate at all might be helped by an evening meditation. Before I guide you through it, and I will guide you every step of the way, I want to make sure you know that there's no right or wrong way to do it. What works for you, then work that. I think that it's perhaps helpful to meditate in the evening before bed, because hopefully by now your day has quieted down. All the external noise, all the to-do list, all the text messages, all the Instagram, all the Facebook, all the emails, phone calls, it's never ending. Like truly, it's never ending. We are blessed as a human family to have an abundance of technology and information, and in anything you ever had an interest in, and a billion YouTube cat videos and yoga videos even, and it's nonstop. It's this endless stream. And I think maybe what I hope is that this meditation allows you to create a cutoff from the external noise of your day-to-day life, your real life, and a cutoff from all that's available in abundance, in excess even, for stimulation. And just, shut it down, shut it off, and create a real conscious plan of action to say, I'm going to meditate for a few minutes before bed, and as a way to retrain your brain to shut off. There's a lot of people who are on their phone 24/7, and right before bed, it can be so easy to use your phone to kind of put you to bed. It's kind of counterproductive. It doesn't usually work. First of all, the blue lights and having your phone near your bed, it's not conducive for sleep. There's a great video I'm sure you can find on YouTube of Dr. Oz working with Jennifer Aniston about removing her cell phone before bed. And it spoke to me when I came across it, I think 2 years ago. So this is a great opportunity for you to make a conscious plan of action to just turn down all the volume from life around you, life outside you, life coming at you, and just creating that intention and that declaration that before bed I'm going to do something to try to cultivate some peace and some quiet calm for my for your mind. So how about you just go ahead and get yourself in bed if you're not already there, or wherever you're comfortable in your bedroom, and sit any way you like, or just come out onto your back in your own sleep. getting yourself ready for sleep. And if you have the room, I would like you to just bend your knees, bring your feet hip-width apart, stretch your arms out across your bed or on the floor, wherever you are, and take in a breath. When you exhale the breath, at the same time you exhale, drop your knees over to the right. Let your chin tuck to your left shoulder. Tuck your chin down a little bit. Gives a little length in your neck. On your next breath in, pull your knees back up so your kneecaps face your ceiling. And on the next breath out, send your knees left, chin tucks to the right shoulder. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, maybe your legs fall a little more into your mattress or onto the floor. Inhale and take your knees back up. As you exhale, just hug your right knee into your chest or your right knee alongside your rib cage on the outside of it. As you breathe in, give a little space between your leg and your torso. But when you breathe out, hug the leg in again. Just take little circles in one direction with your foot, your ankle, and then just take circles in the opposite direction with that right foot and ankle. Slide your leg out onto your bed or out onto the floor. Take a breath in with your left knee up in the air. As you breathe out, hug your left knee into your chest or alongside your rib cage. Take a little bit of a space between your thigh and your torso. Exhale again, hug it tight. Take some small circles with your left foot and ankle. Not big movements at all. And then go ahead, pull the toes towards your shin, stretch out that heel a little bit, and then counterclockwise circles. And then, when you're ready, take your hands, interlace them at the back of your head, supporting the base of your neck. And then take in the air. And exhale, and as you exhale, pull your head and shoulders up off your bed or off the floor, chin into your chest, and squeeze your elbows toward each other in the front. Now, gently press the back of your head into your palms. Exhale again. Go ahead and please rub your palms together. And with your palms together, rub your palms, create some heat. And with that heat that you've created in your hands and fingers, place them over your eyes completely. And you would like all 4 fingers to be gently together. And then your thumb curls right into that index finger. So really create dark space. Take in the air. Exhale it out. And then go ahead, take your palms off your eyes. Press your fingers gently into your eyes. Maybe rub them a little bit. Massage all around the eye. Massage your jaw. And give a couple of good hearty squeezes to the back of your neck. Maybe even each shoulder. Maybe it might feel good to have your index fingers on your eyeballs. Gentle massage, small movement. So much tension we hold around our eyes. The eyes are part of the nervous system, so if the eyes are pretty gripped or just pretty tight or strained, being on our phone, computer all day, things like that, being on all the time too, it can be really difficult for your body to unwind if your body is tense. For your mind to unwind if your body is tense. So maybe we unwind your mind by unwinding your body a little bit. Feel a little more settled and peaceful in the body. Feel a little bit less, tense in mind, or just on. We're on all the time. Again, this meditation is to, relearn how to turn ourselves off, so to speak. We power down our phone. It's the same thing for nighttime. Okay, so if you massage your jaw, give a little massage to your eyes, maybe your scalp, the back of your head, your shoulders, your neck, your body has the wisdom to know just where you hold the tension, and spend a little time there. Now that you've done that, please bring all 10 of your fingertips together. You can continue to lay down on the floor or on the bed, whatever. Bring all 10 fingertips to touch. And just feel all 10 of your fingers touching. You're not pushing them into each other. Your fingers are pressed together, but it's not extra. It's not extra pushing and pressing and forcing. Just bringing it together. You're going to hear the sound of my voice, and you're just going to concentrate on your thumb tips touching while you pull all the other fingertips apart. Your concentration is just channeled, funneled, poured right into thumb tips touching. Your thumb tips. Your meditation. You're in your bed right now, or you're laying down, ready for bed. Create the intention. This is what I'm doing to unwind myself. I'm guiding you through a meditation practice, but make it your own. Your thumb tips are still touching, and you'll know when you physically feel that. See, a lot of times I'll guide a meditation, somebody's really caught up in a lot of their thoughts, kind of like they're caught up in a raging river, and it can be very difficult to discern, oh yeah, my fingertips are touching. Your thumb tips are touching right now, despite whatever you're thinking. The feeling, the connection is still there, even when your mind might believe otherwise. If your mind wanders off, and it will, remind yourself, I'm just doing a practice. I'm just planting a seed. I'm making a deposit towards meditation to be maybe something I decide to try on and take up doing. Even if you tried this a few nights a week, you would probably crave it on the alternate nights you didn't do it. But if your mind wanders, and it will, especially if your mind is used to not being able to really shut down for sleep, And for a lot of us, that's not exactly new. That's a pattern. That's like, been a pattern over a long period of time. So this is you doing something to retrain your mind. When your mind wanders, no big deal. Just go, oh yeah, I'm focusing on thumb tips now. Taking a breath. Clear it all out. Softly. Take your thumb tips apart. Press the index fingers together. Feel your index fingers touching. Feel the physical sensation. Reminding yourself, my fingertips touching is the anchor for my mind to come back to, or for my mind to channel its focus into. And if I wander off, it doesn't take away the fact that the connection is still there. In fact, that's kind of a cool thing. We can wander off, but something is calling us back home. Feel your index fingers physically touching. Notice you don't have to think about them. If you are putting your mental awareness, your mental presence on your index fingers, you will feel that connection physically. You'll go, how do I know my fingers are touching? I feel it. Index fingers are touching. And when you are feeling it, it's so your mind can kind of register like, oh yeah, they are. I didn't have to think about it. I knew because I felt it. Let your index fingers just sort of come together and put all your concentration, dial it right down into your index fingers touching. Bring your attention to your middle fingers touching. So take everything away but the middle fingertips. Bring them together and drop down into your middle fingers touching. You'll start to notice that as your mind starts to quiet down, your body starts to settle down. If the mind settles and quiets, the body will. The heart rate will slow down, the breathing will slow down, and all your concentration is in this moment. Your middle fingertips are touching. There's a real power in just being present to your middle fingers touching. There's a power in shutting everything else off, going inside and feeling your middle fingers touching. That power is so that you can more effectively rest. If your mind is really a lot more settled. But it's also the power of stillness and quiet. So that you might remember something that you need to remember. Or you might think of something you haven't thought of in a while. Or you might have an idea. Or it's you creating space. Let me back that up. It's you creating space in your mind through concentrating on just your fingertips touching. It's quieting down all the usual excess of thoughts. And it is creating a gap between the constant live stream of the thinking mind, so that you could have a creative idea so that a solution may bubble up to the surface for a problem or conflict you're having. Or maybe if you're a fixer-upper kind of person, you'll take a step back and go, I'm going to let something greater help me out here, and I'm going to put out a prayer and intention for that. You're creating the gap for all the thoughts to die down and all the noise of today, so that you can not just calm your mind, not just sleep a little more effectively, but heal your mind. Bring your concentration now to your third fingertips touching, and take all the other fingers apart. Third fingers, your focus goes into that. You think about all that's coming at the mind all the time, all the opportunity we have to take in this amazing information, but also sometimes just an overload of information. And sometimes it can be really hard to pull the plug and say, okay, I'm gonna take a time out, or okay, I'm gonna power down my phone for the night and really sleep, and sleep effectively. Third fingers touching. No worries if you forgot, I'm bringing you right back. But when we have something coming at us all the time, sometimes we just need a breather for the mind to process, for the mind to absorb, for the mind to just reflect a little bit more, and especially for the mind to just mend. Third fingers touching. Taking a breath with me. Softly let it out. Try that again. And softly let it go. Take one more of them. Peacefully let your breath go. Just funnel all the way out. Take your third fingers apart and put your concentration to your pinky fingers touching. If you have a lot of people giving you their input and their feedback and their opinions and what they think you should do or you better do, and you have no space for you to go, let me think a little deeper on that, then where is there space for your own inner voice? See, all my life, I was somebody who just went along with and did what she was told. And a lot of times it would be followed up with, you better, or else. I was taught not to trust myself. I was taught that I wasn't intelligent. And yet I struggled in my life because I'd get gut feelings and hunches and senses, and they'd be super quiet, like barely a whisper. And yet I believed what I was told, that I didn't know, somebody else knew better. Big areas of my life, and a couple of areas that I can't do anything to ever make better because the opportunity is gone, because the person passed away, things like that, where I had a hunch and I didn't I didn't listen. I listened to other people instead who sent me in a totally different direction. And I'm not telling you that for any other reason but to try to encourage you to listen to yourself a little better, and certainly better than I did. And our intuition, listening to it, is a skill we have to practice, just like meditation. So this meditation gives you an opportunity to strengthen that skill. And I would encourage you to try it out. Like, if you don't trust your intuition, you're not going to trust it on giant, important things to do. But if you start out small and just intuitively ask that inner voice, and it might sound and feel foolish and dumb and lame at first, but don't negate it. You might miss out, or it could save your life, So start small. Ask your intuition. Something on a small scale, not some big, monumental decision you need to make. It's too high a bar if you've never really believed in yourself and trusted your own inner voice. But the opportunity to hear it a little better is because you have to power down, quiet your mind, and sit with yourself. And this isn't really about piling more on. This is about paring things way down. Your own inner voice is underneath that noise all around you, and from others too. I lovingly encourage you to believe in yourself more and believe in your own wisdom. And if you do, it will feel like a friend. It's not meant to put you in the wrong direction. It's actually, it knows you best, and it knows what serves you best and who serves you best. That's why you want to listen to it, because it's not a frenemy. And if you haven't spent any time with it, it doesn't mean that it's not genuine or that it isn't there. It's probably just buried, under a lot of layers of mind, conditioning, tribal beliefs, what your best friend says, things like that. But try it out. Pick something small, ask your intuition to guide it, see what you get. Bring your attention now to all 10 fingers touching. If you are a person who has spent a long time of your life berating yourself, judging yourself, guilting yourself, shaming yourself, telling yourself, you're no good, you're going to fail, you shouldn't even bother, you're so stupid, you're so fat, that was so dumb, why'd you do that? You're a failure, you're a screw up. Or even if it's not that extreme, but it's on a milder level of subtle criticisms, meditation is an opportunity for you to practice healing your mind. And then a lot of that is just run-on sentences of self-shaming, self-criticism, self-condemning, inner self-talk. And that always makes you literally feel bad. So this is an opportunity for you to maybe quiet and get some separation from your usual way of how you talk and therefore treat yourself, and let your mind stop being scolded and start changing that self-talk for a kinder, gentler dialogue. You can still kick yourself in the pants when you need to, but you don't need to kick your own ass all over the place all the time, every day. So meditation, all 10 fingers touching, is an opportunity to maybe reroute some of that. And you want to pay attention to this, and I say this very seriously. I used to have the biggest inner critic. I called her Judge Judy. The tone was really, really harsh, and yet I'd be really kind to other people. Like, it was just so natural and easy and genuine for me to really be kind to others. But I never talked to myself that way. And, that's a learned thing. You weren't born telling yourself you were a piece of shit, that you were a fuck up, that you screw up everything, that no one will like you. You weren't born into this world with that inner dialogue. It's learned. And it's especially influenced by those that we believe in, who, put us down and things like that. And that might be a hard thing to look at, but it's the way to heal it. So maybe your opportunity to practice meditation isn't just to get a better night's sleep tonight, but to just be better the way you talk and treat yourself. Like Buddha said, you, as much as anyone else, deserves your own love and compassion. And I had a very long healing journey. Meditation was part of it. Yoga, self-inquiry, reflection, a lot of therapy. I did a lot to start to really treat myself in a better and genuine way, by talking to myself in a real way, that I was really an ally to myself. I did a lot to get there, so please reach out if that's something you struggle with, and I'll be happy to talk with you. And none of this is something that can all be undone in a day or evening, or just with one meditation or one yoga or one therapy session. But if you have some of these, things kind of keeping you stuck, or a thorn in your side, and you're in your own way as a result, you deserve to create a little and put a little time and work into undoing some of that self-destruction, self-sabotaging thoughts, self-destructive thoughts, etc., etc. So please, 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 please remember the goodness of who you are. Please remember that if you tell yourself no one's going to like you, things like that, you're going to receive kindness from people, and you'll want to kick it to the curb, like you don't deserve it. It's not true. And whatever mistakes you've made, you're human, like the rest of us. And if not, now to start treating yourself a little nicer. When? Took a lot of years to make a habit, right? It'll take some time to undo it. But it wasn't always the go-to. That mental construct wasn't always in place. It continued as it continued over a period of days, evenings, weeks, months, years. But you deserve to feel good about who you are. You deserve to clean up whatever you gotta clean up. You deserve to be out there and sharing yourself, because some of the people hardest on themselves are really genuinely really great people, and some of the people hardest on themselves treat others around them like that, and that's no good either, especially children. I read this great, your 10 fingertips are still touching, by the way, we're getting ready to wrap it up. I read this great quote, and I don't have it in front of me, so bear with me if I don't get it verbatim, but it says, parents who talk to their kids in a very criticizing, harsh way, those kids don't stop loving the parents. They are taught to stop loving themselves. So if that is you, if that's something you've experienced and you've struggled with, and some of the ways you put yourself down was all, first heard by some of those closest to you, you deserve to undo all that, so that stuff stops rippling out. So that you can feel good. Start by telling yourself something really genuine, good, that you value, appreciate about you right now. And then add to it something you value and appreciate and love that's in your life right now. As you feel your own goodness, you start to believe in it. You start to allow others. You stop kicking to the curb the kindness of others. All 10 of your fingers are touching. Take a long breath in. Clear it out. I don't know what kind of day you've had today, but I do know that, Lord willing, you're going to wake up tomorrow and you're going to get another day. And with that said, namaste. Have a wonderful sleep. Let go of your mental rope so that you can fall into your mattress a little deeper, sleep sounder, and begin again. The world needs you. I send you big love. Have a wonderful dream, and take care.